Salute, salute, salute. Good rising, all my good people out there. Today, we're at the gas station having some gas station therapy. Sometimes I just come out and give me some coffee, think, reflect. And I come out sometimes just to people watch and to just clear my mind of not seeing the same thing, you know. And I just was thinking about life as far as accomplishing things, your goals, anything you accomplish, man. When you first jump into it, and you first look at it, it almost seems like it's impossible. Like, how are you going to accomplish this? And then as you get to knocking little pieces off, it seems more realistic once you get the goal, you know, smaller to actually digest, you know what I mean, to accomplish it. This morning, I just really just been reflecting on the project that I got at hand with my mom's, my present condition in Georgia right now, um, working on a few business leads in another area. And this morning, man, just got a little, how you just, I ain't gonna say anxiety. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Anxiety is high this morning. Just thinking about the things you got to accomplish, what is already on your plate, dealing with family and friends, dealing with situations where you feel like your hands are tied. When I was incarcerated, I couldn't make a move. Like, it's just what it was. Here, when I get in situations like that, I realize that I can still make something happen. I can still change up the situation some type of way, but I have to think outside of the box. I have to really get to myself and find my way, because people say a lot of things. Family say a lot of things, You don't know nobody till you know them, till you're around them. Then you can say, oh, I know them. But just visiting someone every now and then, or seeing them at certain occasions, or just talking to them on the phone, you don't know them. You ain't got a clue. You know what I mean? But I have learned a lot about people, learned a lot about trust, and the world we live in, man, is an evil place, man. People would do some evil things for money, for self gratification. And you just have to be aware of that because you can't, even though we know that there's evil things that take place in the world, we can't allow those things to get within us because then it'll mess our world up. And I think that individually, we have to be responsible for our own happiness, our own peace. And I'm not going to say that things don't happen where you literally don't have no control over certain things that happen in your life. Like, you don't have no control over. Like, all you can do is literally fight things off as they come. You know what I'm saying? And now, I just see the reality of it. I see the reality of it now as I just go through the daily struggles, you know what I mean, of learning myself, learning other people, building business. And I thrive on being real, like on just being organic. Like, I'm going to be real with you. You don't know who me. Like, I'm not going to try to pretend. Life's too short for that. I'm going to be me all the way around the scale because I don't like fakeness. You know what I mean? Not like that. I can't be one way and smile in your face and then you see me another way. If I'm going through something, I'm like, hey, man, I'm just going through something right now. But I'm not going to fake it to make it. Nah, you can't fake it to make it, man. I don't even know who came up with that saying, fake it to make it, but ain't no such thing as fake it to make it, man. You really have to put some work ethics in. You really have to stand alone sometimes. You really have to sweat, work, cramp, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So faking it to make it, man. I don't know who came up with that concept and why it seems like it's realistic, but I can understand you have to go through something until you actually get ahead. That's realistic, but faking it, nah, man. Life is what it is, man. It's realistic out here, family. And this morning, like I say, man, my anxiety is high. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got so much on my plate, like so much I'm trying to do. People you try to deal with, you reach out to, you gonna network with. Like, hey, what's up? This don't go away. One person act this way. You know, it's just like sometimes it feels like a mouse race. You know what I mean? Like everybody just trying to get to the cheese. You know what I mean? But I did get some good information from one of the brothers in the Big Brother Anonymous program on the Kings. They gave me some information yesterday about the welding school. So for those who don't know, I'm working on the HogOn University is independent right now. Like it's small and independent. I teach, but I'm working on getting it bigger to get more funding. And he gave me some jewels yesterday that I wasn't considering that could actually help me get over the hump once things get settled. Right now, I've been trying to get a few things together, you know, with my mom's home and my homestead, and it's kind of hard to focus on a lot of different other things when you got a task right in front of you and it's like driving you. When it's like, man, I got to finish this first. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to be at peace and focus on another project if you're not at peace at home. You know what I mean? If you're not stable there. So this has been very, 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 very frustrating. Very frustrating. So I'm just coming to you this morning, man. Just say, hey, sometimes you just got to get to yourself and just think it out, you know. And that's literally what I'm doing. Because sometimes, a lot of times, you don't know how it's going to work out. You know, and I know it's going to work out. I know everything is going to work out. But right now, I don't know how. And you just looking at the situation and you looking and you're like, man, I don't see like how, what's, you know. But God is good. I always like to say that God is good. You know, I'm not a religious man, but I am very, very spiritual. You know what I mean? I don't believe in man-made religions, but I do believe in God, and I do believe in the power of our ancestors and the examples that they had already left behind for us. So we learn a lot from history because history repeats itself. As the old saying goes, there's nothing new under the sun, you know. But this morning, fam, I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm a little discouraged this morning. My anxiety is like out the roof. I got a lot on my plate I'm trying to do, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I get tired of dealing with people who don't know how to keep their word, not true to their word. I don't care if it's family members, friends. I don't like to deal with nobody that is not 100 about their word. If you say something and you don't stand on that shit, I don't want to mess with you. Like, I don't want those type of people in my circle. Like, I know you could be an associate. Oh yeah, that's so and so. Hey man, how you doing? But as far as like us talking, us eating together and networking, nah. If you can't stand on your word, don't even network with me. Don't even reach out to me because I believe that it's very important for us to build business relationships. We got to be able to build them with people we can trust. And I'm big on that, family. You know what I mean? Like, it really is death before dishonor with me. You know what I mean? Like, I believe I stand on some principles and more, so I can't just allow myself to just mingle with anyone because anyone isn't on that same level. You know what I mean? I know what I would do. I know how I stand and fight and go to war and do. Like, I know who I am. And sometimes you'll get around people where they'll say, oh, I'm this. But when the war come, when the heat come, that's when you see them. You know, that's when you really know who you're working with when you're in the foxhole, when you're in those situations that's kind of hard and unpredictable. That's when you say, okay, this who this person is. They ain't who they say they was, you know. They ain't stumped down. They ain't no real G like they said they was, you know what I mean? But, man, I really believe that I can really help the black youth with this education, with the HogOn University, with educating not just on welding, but on business, on life principles, some of the things that we never had growing up, and that I see that it's the little things that really matters, that really get a person over the hump. So I want to use that to really help. And like, I'm really about growth and development. Like, I'm really about it, and I'm not just stressing it or saying it or repping it, but about living it, about growing up, getting better, developing new skills, new mindset, and passing it on, picking up the youth, passing it on, picking up the elderly, those who still want to learn. I mean, like, I think as long as you're alive, you're never too old to learn something new. A man told me this before I got out of prison, and I'm going to state this before I let y'all go this morning. He said, son, when you get out of here, live your life like you're going to die tomorrow, but learn from life like you're going to live forever. Hold on, family. Y'all be blessed. Hope everybody have a good day.